I have to say, I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know that I've ever had anybody this popular on the show. The 20-year-old made headlines this week after her racy performance at the MTV Video Music Awards, shocked viewers, and sent Twitter into a frenzy. Cyrus sang her hit song, We Can't Stop, at the award show before stripping down to a nude-colored two-piece to perform with Robin Thicke on the summer anthem Blurred Lines. But despite her inappropriate onstage antics, Cyrus admits she's a workaholic and is all about the music, which in her eyes isn't always a good thing. Dorks of the world, unite.
The Top, broadcasting live to at least 3 people on Spreaker.com. I never talk to strangers unless they're hot. The Ice Cream Man is evil. Justin Bieber was sent to this planet to destroy the minds of teenage girls. When my hand falls asleep, I like to slap myself in the face with it because it feels like a stranger is attacking me. And I happen to love ponies as well. So, do you want a date?
Girl, I'll be playing this Chris Top program guy and he's fine, and he'd be like, wobble with me, and, I'd be on his show, girl, be like, dark it up, now dark it up, no, girl, I'll be popping it left to the right, yeah, like that. Hey, who you looking at? Girl, these people can't be minding their own business.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. So, how in the hell are you, world? Okay, I've got to say, this is probably one of the more exciting shows I've ever done. Now, I've had famous people on the program before, but I'll go as far as to say this next guest that I'm having today, and you know who she is probably the biggest that I've ever had on the program. Yeah, so we have the one and only achy breaky baby, Miley Cyrus. Miley, how are you? Are you happy to be here today?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I hope you weren't too busy, and I do appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know with all the twerking, the videos, the new album that's coming out, you are crazy busy. So what were you up to today? Did I pull you away from anything, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No worries. I've actually been across the street for about 2 hours.
Oh, across the street. You mean with the hookers?
Yeah.
Well, that sort of explains why you're dressed that way. I guess you fit right in.
It's a lot of booty.
Yeah, the cops are over there every day. They're trying to get rid of them. You seem fairly educated and pretty well spoken. Do you get along with those girls okay? I mean, the whole working girl lifestyle, it couldn't be that easy.
I've had to do that before. I've had to do, where a bunch of girls get together, and it's always a mess.
Okay, now I've heard a couple of rumors that you may be coming out of the closet. A lot of people are saying that you're actually gay.
Coming out very, very soon.
Oh, really? So you've been experimenting with your friends across the street, I guess.
I won't do the girl group. I don't really see myself doing that in the near future.
Okay, gotcha. But you may be willing to try it later on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when you're not making videos or twerking or hanging out across the street and you're not working on a new album, what other stuff are you into? What are you interested in? What kind of hobbies does Miley Cyrus have?
I don't really have, hobbies. I'm not really good at anything.
Okay, I see we're kind of limited on what we can talk about then. Well, let me go back to the girls across the street then. Are you ever afraid you're going to catch anything like diseases? I mean, does that frighten you? Or have you ever caught anything?
I'm not really that healthy at the moment. It burns.
Ow. Ouch. That really sucks. Maybe you should go to the doctor.
I didn't have any shots.
Right, I figured that out. You should probably go to the doctor. I'm sure they can help.
You kind of get numb. I like it, though.
Yeah, okay. So, I've got to say, it's kind of shocking because you went from being this Disney role model to this person that you are now. Just how many men have you been with?
Crap, I just forgot.
Okay, no problem. We'll come back to that question. So I saw the videos. You're really good at twerking.
I can twerk. It's so easy. You have to be young, I feel like, to really understand it. Get out and make a twerk video.
Sounds like you're pretty excited about the whole twerking thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Miley, let me ask you this question. Do you have a favorite artist?
I listen to Lady Gaga.
Okay, hang on just one sec.
It's kind of disgusting. Very classy.
Yeah, Thank you. Do you have a towel?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
So, were you able to think of how many men you've been with?
Help me get to 13 million. I'm at 12.7.
Okay, guys, Miley needs help getting to 13 million. She's at 12.7 million. That's disgusting. Do you ever feel guilty?
I did. I go back and forth.
So, Miley, what do you look for in a man? I mean, obviously you're not picky.
There's days where I'm like, oh, I just want it to be like long.
Whoa. Okay. Who was the first guy you were ever with? Or do you even remember?
Me and Snoop Dogg.
Wow, you're just a little slut.
That must mean that I'm pretty close to being the biggest in the world.
So where did you and Snoop Dogg meet?
Disneyland.
Oh, gross. How old were you?
I'm not getting into this right now.
So what was it like with Snoop Dogg?
I wore the unicorn onesie.
You wore the unicorn onesie. Okay, so how did he convince you to have sex with him? Did he have to talk you into it? Were you willing?
Bribe me down with cigarettes and Sour Patch Kids. I'm like, that's a new one. Very classy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty classy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you should really think about using protection.
I think, I'm at a place where I don't really think about that stuff.
Are you freaking serious?
So I might as well just be honest.
Okay, I'm sure some of the listeners are curious. How was Snoop Dogg in bed?
When I think back to the very first time, that's always kind of a surreal moment. Sometimes it is hard. It was dirty and it was fun. I didn't really want to get dressed. People were looking at me like I was going to be crazy.
Okay, hang on. You mean there were other people watching you?
People weren't ready for it. Cameras hidden in my rooms.
Wow. So tell me, was it worth it? Your very first time with Snoop Dogg?
He's a different experience when I'm with anyone else because he's like a big brother, so it's kind of, I feel like protected with him because I just know that I can kind of tell him anything and he's going to be inspired. And we'll just have sessions where we go in and we don't start until, after midnight because we just sit there and talk. And sometimes I need that. I just need one person that I can just talk to and someone that makes situations, especially hard times, better because you get something out of it. It's like, yeah, I've gone through this.
Okay, I've got to say, this is a little bit too much for me.
That was the tame version.
Okay, so your first time, was it the best sexual experience you've ever had?
What happened with my life in that 3 minutes? So when I think about that, I do just feel so lucky because, some people, get to go perform there once and I've done it a few times and every time it's been really, really great. And so I kind of think about that and how nervous I was and now how it's gotten easier. I would say I talk a lot when I'm nervous.
Okay, well, don't be nervous. Tell me this. Since you had Snoop Dogg as your first, has sex with other men been kind of a letdown?
I usually fall asleep with it in my hand.
Okay, so how old were you when you actually got on birth control?
I just got braces. I was 11.
Okay, hang on just one sec.
It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I promise I haven't been drinking or anything.
I've used that excuse before, too.
All right, so at this point in your career, how do you think other people would describe you?
It's so easy.
Easy, and I guess you're proud of that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, taking into consideration how many guys you've actually been with, you couldn't possibly enjoy it anymore. You must be faking it at least 99% of the time.
So they would know if I was faking or not.
Okay, I think it's about time to wrap things up. So where are you going after the interview?
Across the street for about 2 hours.
Okay, does your mom and dad know you're a hooker?
I've kept it so kind of top secret.
Top secret. You know this is a radio show, right?
Yeah, sure.
So when they hear this, they might be a little upset with you.
I will always be bashed and I will always have haters.
Thanks a lot, Miley, for taking your time and being on the show today. Would you ever like to come back again? I'd love to have you.
That sounds like every girl's dream come true.
Oh, really? Well, maybe I can help you hit that 13 million mark sometime. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
It's kind of disgusting.
Well, like I said, I was just kidding. I hope I didn't offend you.
Feel a little weird. Sorry.
Okay, so before you go, why the other 12.7 million but not me?
It's kind of disgusting. Well, I think I gave a pretty good definition.
Yeah, you did, Miley. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being on the program. And also, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted. There are a million other places you could be, but you chose to listen to me. And that makes me feel pretty damn good. Now let's take just a second and spread that Spreaker love. And what I mean by that, if you do a show on Spreaker, just go ahead and type the word show in the chat, and make sure you follow these people. Give them one chance. If you like it, that's great. If you don't, well, at least you gave them a chance. And that's all we can ever ask for. Also, I want to throw this in, WABA to each and every one of you. And until I broadcast again, please remember, life is good, and I'm gone.
This has been a Chris Top production.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Pop.
Take it from the top.
Okay, I'm not going anywhere. I hope, I really hope you guys enjoyed that. It took me 6 hours to put that together. And, you know, I get excited when I do this stuff, and had I done it right, what I probably should have done was promoted it for about a week. But I didn't, because I just get too excited, and I want to hurry up and play it. And that's part of my problem. Lift to Chat says, some people say you have no life, Chris. Those people have no sense of humor. You know, I hear that all the time. And I'm really working on getting a life as much as I am working on being awesome. Now, I do want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat. And originally, I was going to end the show right there. But I got home a little earlier than I thought I would. So I figured, well, I'll go ahead and do a whole 30-minute show. So if you guys want to stick around, we'll go ahead and talk about some regular Chris Top stuff. But I do want to welcome everybody that's in the chat. We've got Junior Estrada, Jolly Roger, in parentheses, in the chat. We have Live to Chat Radio. We have Judge Holly Stalin. We have the infamous Guy Shea from Nightmare Media in the chat. We also have the Crazy Old Man Network, a.k.a. Lee. We have Jalen Baxter, J-Bug, in the chat. We have Stephen Bolton. And let's see, I'm going to scroll on up because I don't want to miss anybody. And I so appreciate you guys coming to this because I put a lot of hard work into that. And it makes me feel pretty good that you guys came by, and it seems like everybody liked it. Let's see, we've got the lovely, vivacious Kiss Kiss in the chat. She says, it sounds like Snoop could be a good lover. I wouldn't know, but evidently Miley Cyrus would. Let's see who else we've got. And we've got PS Infinity Radio in the chat. It's so good to have you guys here. It really, really, really is. All right, stick around. I've got some other stuff that we're going to talk about, probably non-Miley Cyrus related. We also have Danish in the chat. Danish, it's good to see you, buddy. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. We've still got a little over 15 minutes, so whatever you do, don't go anywhere.
The Chris Top Program, the alternative to the garbage on Spreaker. Snow White lived with 7 men. Mario got high off of mushrooms. Sleeping Beauty slept around. And our parents wonder why we act the way we do. Holly Stalin's words cut like a double-edged sword. On the Edge with Holly Stalin, the fastest 30 minutes on Spreaker.com.
Mr. Pop.
Dorks of the world, unite. No, okay, listen closely. It's not WOBA, it's WABA.
Mr. Pop.
And I am the one and only Chris Top from the Chris Top program, taking that milk money back 1 nickel at a time. I was just sitting here thinking, back when I did the Lady Gaga interview, it's probably been a little over a year now, people got mad at me for that because a lot of them thought that it was the real deal, and they came into the chat, and a lot of people were pretty hacked off. But I mean, most people have a sense of humor, and they got it, and they were okay with it. But, oh man, that took so much time. I started, for some ungodly reason, some unknown reason, I started working on that last night at about midnight. Why I picked midnight to start, I have no idea. And I finally finished it up and had it uploaded to Spreaker, ready to go by 6 in the morning. Crazy. I mean, it takes a while because what you have to do is you have to sit through just so many interviews, excruciating Miley Cyrus interviews, and then you have to download them, and then I have to go back through and not only listen to them again, but I have to take little snippets of Miley out of it. And then once I get around 100, 150 little snippets, then I take those and I try to make sense out of it. And it's, okay, I really do enjoy it. I really do. It's just some of the things I have to sit through to get to the finished product aren't so much fun. But anyway, that's how I did it. And I use WavePad sound editor, some of the best software you could ever purchase. It's a good purchase. It really is. And I've used it probably for about 4 years now, and it's all I will ever use. It really is. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to talk about. I came across a couple of things that were actually pretty interesting, and I think it's something that we can all relate to. It's internet addiction. Now, I want you to listen to this. Now, there's a new study that's out. It comes out of Berlin. It was able to predict how often people used Facebook by monitoring the brain's response to positive social feedback. In other words, they monitored the likes that you got on post updates. Now, the region of the brain that processes rewarding feelings, say if you eat a great pizza, or maybe you get a high five after winning at dodgeball, I don't know. It lit up like a light bright when people got likes on Facebook. Isn't that kind of scary? I mean, could Facebook in itself be addictive? Well, there's another study that I found, and there's so many people right now. They're sitting at home playing Farmville, and they won't look away from their screen. They've already crapped their pants. They have jugs of urine, like 15 of them around. No, Facebook's not addictive. It's not addictive. Somebody come and water my plants, please. Okay. So they've actually described the internet addiction as a real illness. You know, I was talking to Guy Shea the other day, and I think it was Sonny, and we were talking about how a lot of times if you're really, really fat, I know they do this in Canada, they declare you disabled. So you're actually able to sit around and collect a disability check for being obese. Now, doesn't this go with it nicely? See, they've made internet addiction a real illness. So not only will you collect disability for being fat, but you can continue to get fatter while you sit in your chair made of marshmallows, while you play on your desk that's made of Cheetos, and you just sit there and you eat it until your computer falls to the floor. You can continue to get fat, and you can also get paid for your internet addiction. Isn't that great? That's wonderful. But anyway, there is some treatment for the internet addiction. And this is out of Pennsylvania. They're launching the nation's first program for people who can't put down the mouse and live. Now, it's a 10-day digital detox is what it is. They say that it's more pervasive than alcoholism. I don't know. How long is detox for alcoholics? I would assume that would be longer than 10 days. I don't know. Now, the internet's free. It's legal and fat-free. But what's not free is the treatment that you're going to have to pay the docs if you want to get the detox. $14,000 out of pocket because it's not covered by insurance. And I should throw in yet. Because I'm sure in the near future it will be. Now, most people with severe internet addiction, so I'm assuming that you have, well, okay, I'm a little addicted to, I like to play some Farmville, I like to play a little bit of World of Warcraft, I'm a little bit addicted. And then you have the other guy that's, who's severely addicted. They suffer from some type of a psychiatric or personality disorder. I don't know. Maybe they're schizophrenic. Maybe they both play. I don't know. Let's see. And all the patients will be psychologically evaluated after their detox period. So those of you out there that are addicted to Spreaker, then there could be help for you in the near future. Let's see. We've got Subliminal Simpson in the chat. 5 o'clock free internet giveaway. Don't know what that means, but it's nice to meet you. So we've got Simpson in the chat. We've got Jolly Roger. And I believe both of you are new. So I have a challenge for you, and I want you to understand something real quick. When you come into my chat, what you're doing is you're stepping from the closet and you're embracing the light of your dorkhood. Now, if you're cool with that, then you're in the right place. And I also have another challenge for you. Damn that Sean. Damn that garbage man, Sean. Why does everybody love Sean? Damn you. So if you're cool with being a dork, and goodbye, Jalen. It was good to. I'm glad you stopped by, and wabba back to you. Then I want you to go to my Facebook fan page and post the dorkiest picture that you have of yourself. There's a link to my Facebook page right there on my Spreaker page if you're feeling froggy and you want to go ahead and do that. But it's nice to meet you guys, and I'm really, really glad you're in here. And Denise, I don't think you have posted your dorky picture yet either. So you need to make sure you get on that. This is serious stuff. It is. Now, have you guys caught any of those What If episodes that we've been doing? Well, I'm going to play one of my favorite ones here in just a little while. It's the Adam Carolla What If piece that I did. And I chose him just because he's probably the most popular podcaster in the universe. So I figured, well, I should probably do Adam Carolla. So that's why I chose him. But I'm going to talk just a little bit longer. We were talking about being obese a second ago. Well, there's this new scale that could actually help you out. I mean, as long as you like bad news and bossiness before breakfast. So I guess this is for single guys. If you're married, you've already got that covered, I would think. Okay, so we've got some great news for you. Someone has invented the weight loss activity recommending scale. See, that's all I need is a scale that not only gives me bad news, but bitches at me. Really? Okay, I know I'm fat. Now you're going to go tell me to run 5 miles. What the hell is your problem? Anyway, it's a weight loss activity recommending scale, which obediently gives your weight, and then, because you asked for it, goes one step further by suggesting ways to trim down that excess fat. This scale, it must be a woman. All right, and it does that because you asked for it. It draws on personal information that you entered during some crazy moment, I guess, where you actually wanted to lose weight. The scale suggests one of 157 calorie-burning activities from data provided by Harvard Medical School, because at Harvard they know everything. The scale, it stores data for up to 4 users. So if you've got 4 fatty fatsos in the house that need to lose a few pounds, then this is perfect. Now, the scale has a maximum capacity of 440 pounds. So there you go. As long as you're not 441 pounds, you can actually go ahead and purchase this scale, and you might lose a little bit of weight. You never know. Well, now, Sub, you look like a dork in the pic, and I'm proud for that, but I still want you to post it on my Facebook page, because you see what that does is it puts you into a community with other dorks. You know, we frolic, we play the pan flutes, things like that, things that dorks do. I might have time to talk about a couple more things after this. But I don't want you to go anywhere, because you are absolutely, positively in the right place. This, my friends, is the Chris Top program. And let me say this. I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted, because there are a million other things you could be doing, but you choose to listen to me. And that makes me feel pretty damn good. WOBA, WABA, working on being awesome.
Have you ever felt like you were in the wrong place at the wrong time? Have you ever woke up from a full night's sleep and for a split second you didn't recognize the person next to you in the bed? Do you ever look at your life and wonder, what if I'm supposed to be somewhere else? Or more importantly, I'm supposed to be someone else? What if Adam Carolla was a shoe salesman?
So, you want to try on some shoes? Holy shit, you've got some big feet. Here, why don't you stick that puppy up in my lap and we'll talk about the first thing that pops up. Holy fuck, did you just get done running a marathon? That smells worse than a 70-year-old hooker's vagina that just got done boinking the whole garbage man union. It's a good thing I make commission off of those Senate insoles. Here, let me just cut a hole out in it so we can fit that corn through it first. Oh, fuck my dad. Look at that. That's the biggest camel toe I've ever seen in my life. Close your legs. I hope that camel don't decide to spit. I better put on some goggles. Whoa, lady, what are you doing? Hold up. Well, stop it. Stop kicking me. You're acting like the first chick I forced to have sex with me. Really? Really? Was that necessary? You cunt. Oh, fuck me. Why don't you do it again, huh? My dad can hit harder than that, and he's the biggest pussy in the world. All right, look, lady, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Are you going to buy the shoes or not? Oh, fuck you, you cunt.
This has been a Chris Top production.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Pop.
Take it from the top.
All right, I've got some really disturbing news. No, you've still got me for 4 more minutes, Latin. You do. And Latin wasn't in here earlier from the Latin Groove show. He wasn't in here earlier when I did this. So let's go ahead and spread that Spreaker love one more time. If you have a show on Spreaker, type the word show into the chat. Give them a chance, because that's all we can ever ask for. Right? Now, tell me if you think this is disturbing, because I think this is a red alert. When you're talking about disturbing, this is disturbing to the max. All right, now here, this is a trend, and it's a little weirder than your average casual encounter ad. Now, women are selling, or they're in the market for, positive pregnancy tests on Craigslist. So we've added something else to Craigslist now. Not only is Craigslist good for serial killers and hookers, it's also good for positive pregnancy tests. And I was sitting here thinking when I was reading this ad, okay, do I know anybody that's knocked up? Because I'm going to get them to do about 10 of these, and then I'm going to turn around and sell them on Craigslist. Now, in the last few months, there's a growing number of listings that have been popping up on the site selling these pregnancy tests for anywhere between $25 and $30 a pop. And these aren't for practical jokes. These women are evil. All right? This is what the listings say. Want to get your boyfriend to finally pop the question? Really? Really? He hasn't proposed to you yet, so you're just going to lie to him and tell him you're pregnant? So what happens 9 months later when you don't pop a kid out? Then what are you going to do? Are you just going to hope really hard in that 9 months you get knocked up? Now, there's another woman that's in need of a positive test or urine. She isn't picky. To get back at her cheating, lying dog of a boyfriend. I know guys can be evil. I know that. But right now we're talking about these pregnancy tests on Craigslist. Women are freaking evil. Oh my gosh. Now let's go back to World of Warcraft real quick. And I've got to hurry because I'm almost out of time. I've got like a minute and a half. All right. I hate these time limits. I really do. Now, it's taken many years, and production has been plagued by all manner of false starts, rumors, and so forth. But at long last, there's a film based on the iconic role-playing game, Dorks, Nerds, Geeks of the World. I hope you're ready for this. World of Warcraft is actually scheduled to start production in January. Yeah. World of Warcraft, affectionately known as World of Warcrack, just because it's a big time waster. You see, it feeds into that addiction that we were talking about a little bit earlier, and that's the craziest dorky pick I've ever seen. Who is that? Who is that? Which one is that? Is that Sub or is that Sub? Sub. That's a scary dorky picture, but I guess it works. And thank you for posting that. But anyway, it's a massively multiplayer online role-playing game that lets players create a character and make their way through a thoroughly detailed fantasy world. And most of you have played World of Warcraft, and you know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, the movie I'm thinking should be either really cool or it could be a big-time letdown. I'd like to welcome Gamer Girl to the chat. Gamer Girl, she calls me Theater Man. I don't know why. I don't think she's ever even heard me do Lyrical Playhouse, and I need to do one of those for her one of these days. But Gamer Girl, thank you for stopping by. You're going to have to go back to the beginning of the show and listen to my Miley Cyrus interview. But I've got to go now, and post your dorky picture, Theater Girl, on my Facebook page. Until I broadcast again, please remember this: life is good, and I'm gone.
You have been exposed to the Chris Top program. Tune in next,
Yeah, I don't have a schedule.
right.